Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Chopping It Up with Golden, another episode of Open Book Wednesday. So, last Wednesday, I did not drop an episode because I was getting a lot of feedback on my first episode, and thank you so much. I did not expect that much of people listening already on the first episode drop. So many people interested. I know, my fans did send me fans or followers, but did send me, topics, things they wanted me to talk about, but I didn't expect the feedback to be so great. So I'm excited and grateful. So first I want to say thank you to everyone. And a lot of the feedback that I did receive was that I was not detailed necessarily. I was vague on certain things, and I want to clarify that. What I'm explaining in open book is real life things, my personal experience, and sometimes it'll be someone else's story. But you have to keep in mind that this is true. Therefore, I don't want to hurt anybody involved. I don't want to shame anybody involved. I don't want to just add more to that person's life or my life. It's just, I'm going to get a little bit more detailed, but again, with respect. I will never name names. If you know me, then you know, but I will never name the names. I won't necessarily give dates. I won't necessarily give things like that. But out of respect for anybody that's involved, and that's the type of respect that I would expect in return, certain things got to be still kept private, regardless if it's my story or not, my truth or not. There's things that are just supposed to get private. So I just wanted to clarify that and let everyone know that it's not that I didn't want to give details. There's just certain part of those life events that I feel that are not necessary for the public, let's say. But one of the things that I did get that people were asking me a lot was the part when I had said cheated on for a long time, and they wanted to know, like, why did I stay, how did I deal with it, and things like how did it affect me and how does it affect me in my present relationship. So since this is direct, to me and like my personal feelings, those I can go a little bit more in details versus telling you the story, what somebody did to me, etc. And plus, they're not even there to defend themselves, give their version of the story. So that's the type of person I am. I like to have respect. We're not enemies. So, there's ways to do certain things. So to answer the question about how it affected me and how, or like, why did I stay? First, let's do why did I stay? I don't know. I don't remember if I mentioned it, but my goal was to always be in a relationship. I've never been the type of girl that has multiple boyfriends, or one for lunch, one for food, one for payments, I've never been that type of girl. I've always been a one woman man. So all that to say, if I say I love you, I mean it, and I mean it from the top to the bottom of my heart. So I was expecting things to change. I was expecting that person to say, damn, she's been here, she's a ride or die. Why am I doing that to her? These people are not as good, or excuse me, not everybody is worth it, but I'm just saying, she's not worth it. Let me stop doing that to her. That's just my expectations. And also that's what I feel that I would do. And I've learned that you cannot expect people to react the way that you would react. And this is a reality that you have to face. So I want to say I stayed because I had faith. I also stayed because I genuinely loved that person. And I stayed because I didn't want anybody else. I didn't want to start over again. It's very, for me, in my perspective at that time, it's very difficult to start over. And I felt like I had to explain, if I went into a new relationship, there was so many things that I would have to explain to my new partner, which is true, but also which is incorrect. When I say it's true, you will have to explain to your partner why you think that way or why you don't do certain things. But also you necessarily won't have to, because your partner will, if they love you, they will get to know you and get to understand you and ask you questions. So I understood that part after I had time to reflect. So after I took time for myself. So after that relationship, I took 3 years to myself. So just focusing on myself, not talking to anybody, barely going out, just staying at the house, working. That's literally all I was doing. So I had time to reflect. And like I said, I went to sadness, depression, anger, and then just loving myself and understanding what I need, what I don't need, what's my new boundaries, what I'm not going to tolerate. I'm sorry, everyone. What I'm not going to tolerate in my new relationship. And I was also in that person's shadow for a long time. And I don't think the person necessarily did it on purpose for me to be in their shadow. But it's a reality. I was in their shadow for a long time. And what I mean by that is I forgot about myself. I forgot about things that I used to do. It was really him. Anything that he needs, but forgetting about my needs and wants. Again, I'm not going to say within those 10 plus years the person didn't take care of me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is at a certain point they didn't want to, or didn't know how to, or was no longer interested in doing it any the way that they used to. So it started to fade out, but we still stayed there. Well, I still stayed there. He had both, I guess. So that's one reason why I stayed. And then also we have a kid. Like, to me, I wanted the perfect story, the perfect household for my kid. I wanted them to be raised in a household where both of their parents and my child can see loving parents. Unfortunately, that's not the outcome. But that's really the example I wanted to set. But I still try to instill those in my kid, make sure that they know what it's like, know what being love is, and not accepting certain things, because it's not like our child didn't know or didn't hear us fight or something. Not, we tried our best to, go in a room or outside, make sure that our child didn't know, but sometimes it's an explosive thing, so the child will know. So that was one of the reasons, another reason why I decided to stay. And I got a lot of people asking me, how did it affect me, like deeply, like personally? I want to say it affected me in a way that I probably didn't notice. I feel like it affected my self-esteem. It affected just my mindset. It affected the way I interacted with people. It affected the way I talk to people. It definitely, and what I mean by that is I turned into like a mean person. Not a mean girl that just want to be mean to people. Not that type of mean girl, but I turned into like, I'm rude. Why are you talking to me? What do you want? Like, disinterested, disconnected with people. It made me push back a lot of friends. Again, I never had a lot of friends because I hang out with my siblings or cousins way more than friends. We're a lot. We're over 30 and we're all around the same age, and we all hang out. Like, we go to parties together. So I was closer to my family than my friends. However, I did have friends, but I started pushing them away. Like, oh, what do you want? Or, no, you can't come over. Oh, for what? So it definitely affected my personality and my self-esteem. I never thought that I was ugly, but when you get cheated on for fun at this point, you start to wonder, like, am I ugly? Like, what don't he like about me? Like, don't he like my face anymore? Is it my nose? Is it, oh, are my lips too big? Are my lips too small? Is my hair too long? Not too long? Does he like short hair? Does he like long hair? It's like you're trying to figure out. At a certain point, I was trying to figure out what he cheated with and what do they have that I don't have, and trying to have what they have. So it became a vicious cycle. But at a certain point, I disconnected as well. I didn't care, because if I tell you stop cheating, and I'm catching you, it's not like, I don't know if men are dumb or something, but I caught him almost every damn time, if not every time. So it's like, damn, like, when are you going to stop? So that was definitely one of the reasons why it affected me. Then I was like, am I too fat? I'm not going to say skinny. I was skinny when I was younger. So am I chubby now? Am I not what he looks? Am I not in the gauge? He used to say that sometimes, in the gauge, but it was a joke about something. And then I started to say, damn, am I not in the gauge? So yeah, I feel like that's how it affected me. It made me approach everybody different. But at the same time that he was treating me bad, some of his friends weren't, but I wouldn't pay attention to it because I'm a one woman man. I just have eyes for you. And his friends, some of his friends, the one that are smart, would tell him, yo, why are you yelling at her? Or why are you talking to her like that? Damn, I would never talk to my girl like that. But that, although in that 2 minutes that the friend said that, he has a realization. But an hour later, or the next day, when the friend is over and we forgot about that conversation, goes back to the same ways. So at a certain point, I had to look at myself. Yeah, there's things obviously that you have to change. For example, if I gain weight, obviously I know that I gained the weight. Okay, I have to work on that. But I was never like, ew, that girl ugly. Ew, your girlfriend. Never that. I know how to fix myself. Hair's always done. Like, I'm a decent, I believe I'm a decent looking woman. So I don't think that was ever an issue, never a problem. But since the person that I see is cheating on me, that's what it makes me see in my eyes when I look at the mirror, when it's not that in reality. So that was one of the ways that it definitely affected me. And I also had the question of, how does it affect me in my relationship right now? Since the person that I am with right now, although it's 3 years later, it's the first person that I'm with after that long 10, 12, 15-year relationship. And although there was good times again in that relationship, there was a lot of bad. The bad definitely outweighed the good in that situation. And so there's definitely things, although I took the 3 years to think and reflect, there's certain things that are like automatic, and it's not on purpose. It's not intentional, but it's just as if it's giving you a flashback of something, and you're like accusing or blaming or assuming on the new person, when the new person is like, what are you talking about? Have no idea what you're talking about, because they're confused. They don't even know what flashback I'm thinking of. Like, they're literally oblivious, but I'm thinking about something that's similar, or ways that the previous person did, and I see the new person do similar. I could give y'all just an example. I'm not going to go into detail because it involves another person, but just try to understand. The old person is outside on their phone. I'm thinking that they're talking to their friend or family member, because that's what they used to do. Normally, that's what they would do. But since I don't pay attention to it, and that's a routine that you've been doing, since you know that I'm not going to come and check what you're doing, which I don't believe I should just trust what you're doing, you take advantage of that. And now, later on, you're talking to a girl for hours outside. So in this new relationship, that's briefly, again, I'm not going to go in detail on what that person necessarily did, but what what triggered this one is my new man is outside. We bought a house and things like that. Showing, I think, talking to a friend, or I think it was his brother. Sorry, it was his brother showing off, our backyard, the pool. Yo, this is this. But since the new boo went outside while I was, for example, upstairs, and now I come downstairs and I see you outside, it made me think that you're trying to be sneaky. So now I get mad, and now I open the door and be like, oh, so now you go outside to talk on your phone, so now you're talking to bitches? And he goes like, what? What are you talking about? Talk to what bitches? I'm like, oh yeah, that's what you do. That's because I'm having that flashback of that person that I had given my whole 1,000% trust into, was talking to a girl for hours on the phone, while I think that you're just, talking to your friends, catching up with them, because that's what you used to do. And especially we moved to the States and they're still in Canada. So that's what I'm assuming. And then he was like, wait, you need to chill with that, because what are you talking about? He turns the screen and it's his brother. And I'm like, oh shit. Damn, what the fuck? I look so stupid. Why did I say that? Plus it's his brother. So these are ways that it affect me. Do I have to work on it? 1,000%. Because what one was doing does not mean the second one is the other one is doing. Or I was that the original person, the ex, I guess we'll say. I'm not gonna say I was his trash. I was not his trash, but just for you to understand, I was his trash, but now I'm another person's treasure, and I get treated completely different. Like when I say 360, it's 360 times 5. Like definitely get treated differently. So it's just that it's like an instinct. It's automatic. Why are you outside on your phone? Why you didn't go outside when I was downstairs next to you? It just makes me like, it's like mathing in my head, and it's doing so much algebra, and I'm getting confused, and it's like I said, it's automatic. So I say it without even thinking, because I'm trying to, I don't know if it's a protection, or trying to protect my heart of not getting hurt again. I don't know if that's what I was trying to do, but it's just like a reflex. Oh, you're doing it too. And when I tell you, he looked at me like, what? I'm talking to my brother about the pool. What bitches? What the fuck are you talking about? And that makes me feel bad. And then it makes it as if I'm making him pay for what the next person did, the previous person did. And it's kind of true. So it's definitely something that I have to be conscious about and work on literally every time. And there's things that I have to understand, that this partner that I have now is literally my partner. He's not taking me as a joke. He's focused. He wants to lead me. He wants to guide me. He wants to take care of me. He wants to make me smile every day. He wants to solve my problems. The other one was a protector as well. Cared. I'm not going to say, yeah, they cared, but not in the same way. The other one was cold. This one is a gentle giant. Soft with me, but don't play with nobody else. This one makes sure that, how can I say, I'm protected, but protected in every way. My feelings, my respect, just overall that I am protected. And there's something about him that he loves to solve my problems. He loves to do things for me. I'm not going to say the other one didn't, but it's still not in the same way. And I don't want to compare them. They're two different people, two different relationships, and in two different stages of my life. But there's just some things that it's hard not to compare, So the ex would do certain things, but sometimes you would have to repeat yourself. Repeat yourself. Then you just go and do it by yourself. Whereas this one wants to solve your problem. I'm a short person. Sometimes I actually feel that my new boo does it on purpose to put something high just so I could say, hey, baby, can you grab this for me? Like, that's how I feel. He doesn't do that, but that's how I feel because he so wants to fix something for me. It's like, it's his pleasure. Like, yeah. Oh my God, like he doesn't have a problem if I call him, he's with his friends or not. I don't bother him with his friends, but he's with his friends and I'm like, oh baby, I can't find this, or my car is doing something. It's like, all right, like when I get home, I'll fix it. And it could be anything. It could be gas. Let me tell you, I don't pump gas at all. Literally, I don't pump gas at all. For me to pump gas is I'm out of gas because I went somewhere far. He already had put gas before, but I used the whole thing. That's the only reason or way for me to put gas in my car. I'm not going to say the other one didn't put gas, but the other one didn't do it until someone told him that his woman should never pump gas. He didn't do it automatically. This one did it automatically without me even saying, I would like for you to pump my gas. I would like for you to take care of my car. I didn't have to say that. It was automatic. So the other one still needed to be taught certain things. And again, we're at different stages of our lives. We were young. So there's things that the person didn't know. So I'm not blaming them. Not at all. I'm just sharing. So it affects me. It affects me what happened in the past. But I think it just takes time. And that person, the new boo, like I said, make sure that my feelings are fully protected. Therefore, the guard comes down quicker, whereas usually my guard is at an all-time high. Like, you can barely get any info from me. But he makes me so comfortable, so caring. It's just a whole different thing. So all the trauma, I want to say, maybe it's a big word, but all the trauma that was in the previous one, I don't think I bring everything into this new relationship, but there's little things, if they're really similar, almost the same, I get triggered. And, we've had those conversations, and it's all about trusting and understanding that that's not the person's goal, and also communicating, what you did earlier triggered me or reminded me of something, and tell them why you reacted. So I'm working on not reacting and assuming, but it'll take time. And my new partner definitely understands it because he doesn't know every cheating or every abuse or every negative thing that happened, but he knows the gist of it. So sometimes he just clicks, oh, that's probably fucking her up right now, or that's really bothering her. So that's why she's doing such and such. But that's how much care he has. And another thing that he did, when I say protect my feelings and protect my respect, in the previous relationship, again, we were young. I don't blame him, and I'm not upset about it. The previous one, we were too young to, or just the way that he was raised, to make, should I say, quote unquote, make your parents or family members respect your girl. The way that he's brought up is he's very respectful to his parents, don't talk back to them. Okay, whatever they say, not necessarily goes, but he'll say yes and maybe do what he wants after. But in that circumstance, when they were mean to me, he just wouldn't say nothing. But when we go home, he'll be like, oh, don't worry about it. He'll take care of me home. But in the actual act, would just be quiet instead of putting his foot down. I said, that's my girlfriend. She's been here for 5 years. Y'all need to treat her better. Versus the new one, I don't know if it's because I already had explained to him I don't say everything, but part of that experience. I don't know if it's because I had explained that to him or if that's just the way that he is. But when he introduced me to his family, I feel like either his family is just different, period, or, I don't know. So that's why I'm saying these hypotheticals. But he had already kind of like put his foot down. That's my girl. I'm telling y'all I love her. And that's who we gonna love and respect. We're not gonna talk about his ex. And we're not gonna bother her. We're gonna accept her with welcome arms. And when I tell you, I call his big brother, big bro. That's literally how it's even on my phone. That's how I call him, big bro. His little brother. I like, it's as if these boys were my brothers for like ever. When I tell you the connection, listen, their wives or their partners, as if they're my sisters, like literally built a whole different connection. Whereas in that relationship, I was there 10 plus years. I can't even say that's my sister-in-law. They didn't claim me as their sister-in-law either. That's my brother's girlfriend. That's what I would get. But that's it, it's not. Whereas in this relationship, oh yeah, that's my sis. Yeah. When, let's say we all went out together, they didn't let me carry no bags. They opened the door for me. When I tell you a whole different vibe, But again, different times of our lives, definitely different. We're at different stages, different age, different maturity, different expectations, different everything. So again, it's not to blame, it's just to express and to explain what I'm trying to convey. It was definitely different. So yes, it affects my new relationship. However, it doesn't affect it whereas I'm going to put it down the drain, or I'm going to ruin it, or I'm going to sabotage it. Because at the end of the day, this current partner, I truly feel loves me. And that current partner, it matters to him how I feel. It matters to him what goes on in my world. It matters to him if I'm overthinking. So therefore, that partner is willing to take the time and care and wait for me to maybe, I don't know if healing is the proper word, but heal and not ever let the past affect me. So he's willing to put in the work with me. So that's so good to have. And I hope other women would find that as well, that went through tragedy, trauma, cheating, whatever it is. I really wish that their new partner would really be the word partner. I'm going to work through those with you. We can talk this out. You have to understand that I truly love you. I'm not looking at nobody else but you. I just want you. And sometimes I realize that I bring joy to his world too, So the person don't want to let me go either, but I'm so focused that the other one didn't care about me. So you're probably the same way too. I'm probably just a comfort zone for you too. When this man don't see me like that at all. He literally says it all the time. We in this together or we're working separate? I'm confused. If you don't have it, I have it, right? Because when I don't have it, you have it, right? I'm not understanding what you're saying. When I tell you this person really wants to see me get better, it's completely what do I want to say? It makes me feel so much better. Things that I would complain about, oh, maybe I don't look this good, maybe this one don't even give a fuck. Oh, you got a belly? Okay, let me kiss on your belly. I don't care. Oh, you don't like your hair today? It's fine to me. You know what I mean? When the person sees that something is bothering me, tries to uplift. It's just different. But again, different times, different people. And I'm pretty sure the ex is more mature now. We're way older. Different life experience occurred in his life that would make him think and probably want to change. I don't think that if we were together today, in this instance, like let's say really, really today, September, we would be, I would be treated like that, unless you really don't like me. That's the only way that I would imagine that I would still be treated the same. It's because you don't like me. But I do think, you mature, you change. However, it has to end because you weren't good to me then. So that's really how it affected my world. And I don't feel less than now. I don't feel ugly. I mean, everybody has an ugly day, but it's not like, oh, I can't go outside. Oh my God, I don't feel that anymore. I dress up more. I do more activities. I go out. When I tell you I go outside more, I go outside more. This one is not staying in the house all day for you because you want to stay inside in the dark. Nah, this one is telling you get dressed. We're going out. We're going to enjoy this life that we have. So it's really different and pleasant. And again, I have somebody now that truly cares about how I feel and wants me to be better and wants me to recover from the past and see that the present is amazing and the future is even more brighter. That's literally what he does every day. And you can tell the difference in my personality and the way that I talk, the things that I've achieved in that short time that we are together. We've been together. I think I don't know how many, over 2 years almost, or a year. I don't know. Stop counting because it's just so wonderful. But it's just completely different. So that's majorly how it affects now. It affects it, but it doesn't affect it because it affected because of my reactions and my thoughts and me overthinking such and such. But it doesn't affect it because my partner understands and wants to show me that it's different. I'm not him, and I'm not going to do what he did to you. He tells me that all the time. I'm not him, and I will never do what he did to you. So that's definitely amazing to have in your life, and it helps soothes those days that my mind wander and be like, it's not going to work out, or he's just here for this. He definitely helps, and he reassures a whole lot. That's another thing too. It affects me, whereas I need my current man to reassure me a lot and remind me or make me feel that I'm still very important to him. And we have to communicate way more than necessary because I have to make sure that you understand, and I want you to reassure me that you understood what I was trying to say, and not necessarily prove to me that you weren't doing bad, but you know what I mean? It really it's an over communication and an over reassuring, but slowly it's going down because I'm realizing, that person is real good to me. Like, what the fuck? Like, God damn, I really got me a good man. Where were you all my life? Type thing. So that's I think that answers y'all's questions about how that affected me and how it was, how it is, in my current life and standpoint. And again, I don't feel bad. I don't feel ugly anymore. If you notice, I post way more pictures. I take more pictures. I go outside. I'm recording way more. Participating in so many different activities, shows, movies. I'm just doing so much more because my confidence is way up there now. And my confidence was way, way, way up there before my relationship that I'm talking to, my ex relationship. And then with that relationship, my confidence went down, down, down. And now this one is bringing it back up, up, up. So you can't tell me nothing now. I think I'm the shit. Really think I'm the shit. No, I'm playing. But my confidence is much better. I'm able to do way more things. Listen, before I want to say have a mean mug all the time. Now I try to smile a little bit more, and it attracts more people to me. So it attracts products. It attracts more offers, more opportunities. Just a lot different opportunities come my way now because I'm more open and I'm accepting. It's coming through because I'm oozing of joy and happiness and welcomeness and yay, we're gonna have fun and yay. So it's better. Like before, you would never find me having a friend at my house. It's like, why you want to be at my house? What you gonna do at my house? The only people that I would let come to my house is my hairstylist, and then bye. No, when I tell you there's people that I know since I moved to Georgia, and they never knew where I live, but I know where they live. I know where to do groceries. I know where to do this. I know everything about them, but they have no clue where I stay. But now it's completely different. Oh yeah, you could come to the crib. I will limit that. Don't get me wrong. I have to limit who comes in my space because I believe in energy and things like that. But before it was zero, like nada. And now I'm still able to let some friends come through. Like, oh yeah, you could come. That's fine. Before, when I tell you zero, it's a zero. So there's definitely a difference and a growth and change happening. And I believe more opportunities, more things are going to come through me. I'll be in a movie. Y'all going to see me. I'm going to work to get these goals, these things off my bucket list, because I have the space to do it. I have the partner to do it. I have a person that believes in me, that supports what I want to do. I have an entourage that wants me to succeed. So again, sometimes you could have, no, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's all about who's surrounding you and who's around you and who believes in you. You have to make sure you have good energy around you. That's all I'm going to say on that. But that's it for Open Book Wednesday. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to make sure now, I think for Open Book Wednesday, we're going to do it every 2 weeks because I want the episode to play out, and I want those type of feedbacks or inquiries about that episode for me to go deeper, if possible, on those topics. So when it comes to the relationship, I think I covered what was asked. If something else comes up, I will share. Again, I'm an open book, but we definitely have different questions and topics that were asked and shared. So I will definitely go over that. So I will try to do every 2 weeks. Because again, I just want to be able to really delve into it and answer your questions and things like that and make it, clear and just not necessarily interactive, but I want you to understand what I was saying. If there's any confusion or something you want me to elaborate on, then I'm able to receive all of that and then put it on the next episode. So remember, I said every Wednesday, but I'll do it every 2 weeks. So thank you so much for joining or listening to the episode. I truly appreciate it. It was amazing. And again, your feedback and listening and I'm just overwhelmed. Like, I did not expect people to enjoy it that much. If I knew, I would have done that a long time ago. I always had the idea, but never put it together until New Boo said, get up. You have all this equipment. Everything is set up, but you're not using it. It's collecting dust. Let's go. So here I am, and I really did not expect that much love. Like, thank you. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. And that's the end. Thank you for listening. Y'all have a good, wonderful day.